This is your one and only FireSpark81 with your daily dose of video goodness. Today we are taking a look at a little game called Citalis. Citalis is supposed to be a city building game. However, it's kind of not, or not what you would expect a city building game to be. The game contains 3 panels or screens in which you build on and focuses mainly around the businesses you will build because you must constantly upkeep them. The other 2 screens for parks and housing, and you can kind of mix and match on the housing screen, don't really matter as much. You place the buildings on them however you wish and kind of just forget about them while you manage your businesses. And by managing your businesses, I mean you click a lot. Yep, that is right. You make money by collecting the money from each business you build by clicking it. While there is an option to do this automatically, it takes a while before you have the funds to buy this upgrade, and you have to buy it for each business. The whole thing reminds me of a dumbed down version of Cookie Clicker. There is also the possibility for crime, and as this builds up, you fight it by once again clicking a bar. The game also features a sort of permadeath, and I'll get to more about that here in a few. I can see where the game would have appeal to some. It has a very mobile game feel to it, and honestly, I think that's what it should have been developed for. I could see myself playing around with this as I wait in a lobby or on public transit. This game could have very well been developed for mobile in the first place. I looked around on the mobile markets and came up empty-handed, so if it is a port, they changed the name. For all you casual players out there who just want to mess around and kill some time, you may enjoy this game. For the more hardcore fans of Sims and city building games, this game will probably bore you and annoy you rather fast. Let's get to the pros and cons. First off, the pros. It's simple and easy to pick up. It's cheap in the Steam store at about $2. The art style is really nice. I like the game's minimalistic approach and the overall style. Now let's talk about the cons. The clicking is rather annoying to me. It feels more like a mobile game than a PC game. It has kind of a permadeath. Let me elaborate on that. Depending on what mode you play, you have to pay back the bank. The amount you have to pay back increases every day. If you fail to pay back the bank, you lose the game. That's fine though because the game auto-saves. But that's also the problem. If the game saves at a time that does not give you enough time to correct your mistakes and have enough money in the bank when it becomes time to pay them back, then you can become stuck in a death loop and you are forced to restart the game. This is really bad and forces you to play on a mode that is not very challenging, which is fine for people who are just playing casually and not really looking for a challenge, but those who are looking for a challenge, this could be a deal breaker. So with all these things in mind, I have to give it a 2.5 out of 5. It's not a bad game and it's not a great game, and I can't really hit on it too hard just because I don't enjoy it. I'm sure there are people out there that will enjoy this game. So let's take a look at a few minutes of your average gameplay of Citalis. So here we are in the main menu of Citalis. We're going to go to New Game. I'm going to type in whatever because I don't really care what the name of the city is. And we have our different modes here. We have the Classic, the Stockpiler, the Happiness, and the Hardcore. Now, most people are going to go for the Classic mode, which is the base mode. And this is one of the modes that I have the most problem with. So let's get into the game. We're going to skip the tutorial because I'm going to show you everything you really need to know to get an idea of the game anyway. So here are your 3 panels that I was telling you about. This is the park panel, the housing panel, and the commercial panel. Now on the housing panel, you can see that we can build pretty much whatever we want, the businesses, housing, and parks. The parks panel, you can only build housing and parks. And on the commercial panel, you can once again build whatever you want. So having different panels doesn't really make too much of a difference. I guess it's for your own purposes to keep things separate. So we're going to start off, we're going to build a park. You can click this to change the different buildings and the way they look. We're going to build a park, then we're going to come over here and we are going to build a house. Then we're going to come over here and we're going to build a reservoir and then a business. So reservoir, check, and then a business, check. name of the business, whatever, because I don't really care. Now you want to come back over here to your reservoir and you want to wait till it gets almost all the way full, and then you want to hit L. This is another one of those things that I don't really see too much of the purpose for, because you're just going to let it fill up and then kind of lock it like so, and then forget about it. It doesn't really make a difference to me. I don't understand. Anyway, so you have your water, check. Now here are your bars. You have to click this and continuously click this to collect your money. This is your crime bar. If we didn't have a park, this would start to fill up. So basically, the more housing you have and the more people you have and the more businesses you have, the more parks you need, because parks provide beauty and beauty equals less crime for some reason. Anyway, you got to keep clicking, because if you don't keep clicking, you don't get your money. And you can see in the background that one cloud says game saved. It just saved our game for us. If we were to make a mistake when that happened, that's when you can end up in that infinite loop. Anyway, so we're going to keep on clicking. You can also save the game yourself as well. But I mean, honestly, what's probably going to get you is that autosave. And then you can also see here that there are upgrades available. You have... Actually, I could just click this and show you. So here you can read the different upgrades and what they do. The one that you're going to want first is the credit card upgrade. You can see that's going to cost you $1,500. That is what is going to collect your funds automatically. So I have to go back here. If you don't, and it's the day passes, if you don't click these, the day passes and you have to pay back the bank, but you lose money. So it's basically a clicking game, but you can also see how it could be easily a mobile game. You have 3 screens, you can just swipe left and right. I mean, I'm just hitting the A and D keys right now to pan back and forth, and then these are all blocked out super easy that they would be easy to click. So you click and hold maybe, and that brings up your menu here, and then you just tap the bar to collect your money. But yeah, this is the part that I find tedious. And you need to make sure you have like double the amount that you need in here before you have to pay back the bank. Otherwise, you end up screwing yourself, and then you can't pay back the bank and you end up losing the game. And then it gives you different news little things here to tell you what just happened. And you can see down here how much you're going to have to pay back the next day, what your profit is, what your population is, your water and your beauty and all that shenanigans. All right, so now I want to try to hurry up and build another business while we can. We're going to name you whatever because I don't care. And we're going to continue to click, and hopefully we don't run into any issues. And this green bar across here, I'm assuming is your daytime. So every time this green bar fills up, you complete a day. And then the news, the little thingy here just keeps popping in telling you, look, you leveled up. Now you have to pay back more money. And then you can see our pay down here has gone up. Now we got 2 businesses to click. So you have to click back and forth between the 2 businesses and constantly collect money. And while I could get the upgrade, that's $1,500 that we don't have yet. And we have to make sure we still have the $187 to pay back at the end of the day. And then you can see I'm not even messing with the other panels right now. They're basically pointless once you place your house and your park to get started. And the only time I'm ever going to visit those again is when I need another house or another park. And technically you can build them all on here. So if you wanted to, you could build them on here and never even go to those other panels. So that's a look at the gameplay. I'm not going to bore you with a whole bunch of it because it's basically just going to be me clicking for the next 20 minutes. So I hope you all enjoyed this review. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought. If you're shy and you don't like to comment, just hit that thumbs up button and show your support. Until next time, thanks for watching.